Ukraine has agreed to a deal with the US on its critical minerals and natural resources. The deal, which Kiev has rejected previously, is likely to be signed as early as Friday, following intense pressure applied by President Donald Trump in the last few weeks. For Trump, the deal is seen as payback for US aid to the Eastern European country and outlines his nakedly transactional worldview and willingness to break from America's traditional allies in Europe. The new deal could see a Ukrainian reconstruction fund, which would earn roughly 50% of all revenue from the future monetization of Ukrainian natural resources, jointly managed by the US and Kiev. The fund would also reinvest in the Ukrainian economy, according to some reports on the latest version under negotiations. The agreement, however, makes no US security guarantees for Ukraine. However, the Trump administration argues that a US invested in Ukraine's economy is a deterrence against any future aggression. For Ukraine, the deal could help breach the growing rift between Trump and its president Volodymyr Zelensky. The US president has been focused on talking to Russian President Vladimir Putin during the last month to end the war. As a part of his campaign to pressurize Kiev into accepting the deal, Trump took aim at Zelensky, calling him a comedian and a dictator with little public support. The US president further warned Zelensky to sign a minerals deal as soon as possible, or he would not be left with a country to defend. Trump has said that with the minerals deal agreed to, it would allow Ukraine the right to carry on the fight with Russia and potentially lots of military equipment. The US president has also hinted that Zelensky may visit the White House on Friday to sign the deal. The deal could give Ukraine the breathing room necessary to carry out its objectives in the war until a larger peace deal is negotiated with Moscow. Zelensky balked at Trump's original demands, including handing over $500 billion worth of Ukrainian resources to the US with no security guarantees. Zelensky labeled Trump as living in a disinformation bubble, as Trump sought to lay the blame for the starting of the war on Ukraine's hands. Russia has welcomed Trump's overtures with open arms. A couple of weeks ago, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov met with US Secretary of State Marco Rubio in Riyadh, where a number of topics, including the war, was discussed. There was no Ukrainian representation at this meeting. The third anniversary of the Russia-Ukraine war earlier this week saw the Trump administration put the final nail in the coffin for the post-Cold War unipolarity system, which has been based on the strong transatlantic ties between the US and its NATO allies in Europe. The US joined Russia to vote on a number of resolutions in the United Nations. If the deal with Ukraine is signed, it would be a major policy victory for Trump, feeding into the image he has constructed over the years of being a successful deal maker. However, his willingness to break with allies, negotiate with Russia, and pressurize partners to accept his terms have set alarm bells ringing across the various capitals of the world. That is all for me today. For more such news and analysis, do subscribe to The Print below.